Hey, everybody, Dustin Harris hanging out with you, the Appraiser Coach podcast. A little bit of a different look today. If you follow my podcast, you know that I sold my office. Actually, today at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I am closing and handing over the keys on that office. Thank goodness. I have found some temporary residents here with this beautiful brick wall behind me, but that's going away very soon as I will be moved into my new studios, probably next time I broadcast. So please forgive the prison-like atmosphere. I should have probably worn an orange jumpsuit. That would have been fun today. If you're looking on the coach cam, you're thinking, geez, this guy's in prison or what? It's about time that guy gets sent to prison, right? So today, I woke up this morning and was kind of bummed out, honestly. I got out of bed and I thought, man, I just am not looking forward to today. And, granted, there are days like that. Let's face it. The fact is you can't have a day every day where you spring out of bed and are so excited for the day. But, I do a little thing called prime time in the morning, and that's when I spend about 20 minutes. If you've taken my Go Create Some Value workshop, you'll kind of know the process there. I won't go into it today, but it's about 20 minutes where I just get ready for the day, mentally get ready for the day. And I was in the process of doing that and just asking myself, what in the world is this feeling? Is it something I ate? A fight I had with my wife last night? What is the deal? Why do I feel the way I feel today? And you know what? It dawned on me. The reason I'm bummed out is it's Friday. Now, I those of you who follow me know that I don't work on Fridays. That's why the 5 o'clock shadow here, the tourist shirt that's on. In fact, I just took off my ball cap. This is not typically the way that I dress for these podcasts. And honestly, I don't normally do a podcast on a Friday, but I thought that today would be a great day actually to talk about this because I'm right in the midst of this whole process of, first of all, asking myself, why is it that I feel the way that I feel? Taking Fridays off, that sounds like a good thing, right? It sounds like it's something you look forward to. But here's something that's kind of funny. I kind of like working. In fact, I really enjoy what I do. I really do. I enjoy being an appraiser, and I also enjoy being the appraiser coach. It's a lot of fun, and even though I'll get to spend some time with my family today, going to my father-in-law's birthday party this evening, I'll be spending some time with the kids this afternoon, and super excited about that. I love my family, but man, I'm kind of bummed out I'm not working today. Speaking of working and not so working, I want to remind you that we are sponsored by Working RE Magazine. If you want to know what is going on in the appraisal world and you want to better your life as an appraiser, start with Working RE Magazine. Go to workingre.com and sign up for their free email that gets sent out on a regular basis. Again, it's workingre.com. Also, speaking of not working, how about DataMaster does the work for you? Because they do. Go to datamasterfreetrial.com/coach. Again, it's datamasterfreetrial.com/coach to find out more. And finally, we are sponsored by Alamode. Alamode is the software that I use that you should be as well to write your appraisal reports. It is the easiest to use out there on the market. Go to alamode.com or 1-800 Alamode. Okay, folks, I want to talk today to those of you who are a little bit bummed out about appraising, who are getting a little bit tired of the AMCs, the low fees, the high stips, the fast turn times, blah, blah, the drum roll, right? All of the things that we hear appraisers complaining about. And by the way, I'm going to raise my hand to that as well. There's some really frustrating things going on in the appraisal world. But that being said, I have been doing this now 22 official years, actually longer than that if you don't count to the time that I didn't have a license, my dad was an appraiser. So, I've been doing comp photos since I could drive at 14, honestly. Here's the thing. 22 years officially doing appraisals, and I'm not lying here, folks. I'm not lying. I love what I do. I absolutely love being an appraiser. I do. It's so fun to me to be able to go into people's homes, to see how they live, to talk to them. I love picking comps. The write-up side is not my favorite thing in the whole world to do, but that being said, it's not a bad thing to do. I actually enjoy it. I enjoy the detective work that goes into figuring out a correct value on a home. It's a lot of fun to do what I do. I really do love my job. Now, That is not said without sympathy for those of you who don't, and those of you who are frustrated. And I talk to you every day on the phone, on the email, over social media. And part of my job as the Appraiser Coach is to help cheer you up, to be a cheerleader, to help you to get control of your life again, to help you to enjoy what you do again. And I know it can be frustrating, folks. I have those days, right? Yeah, today I was depressed. Today I was down that I'm not going to work. Okay, so I decided to work anyway. Here I am working, if you will. I even hate that word, work or job. To me, it just doesn't feel like a job, going out and doing appraisals, and especially doing what I'm doing right now with you, and that is talking to you on a podcast and teaching and helping others grow and develop and become better at what they do. I absolutely love that. And my phone is going crazy, and I'm going to put it on airplane mode. Holy cow. It's Friday, folks. Leave me alone. So here's what I want to do today. I want to, as I started thinking about why I was depressed this morning, and it is that that I'm not going to be working today. And it's a long holiday. I'll just give you the scoop. I'm recording this on the 30th of June. It's right before the 4th of July weekend. It's a long holiday. I'm not going to go back to work till probably Wednesday of next week. And, I don't live for my job. Don't get me wrong. Hopefully my wife doesn't listen to this podcast and realize that, I'm kind of bummed out that I'm not going to work. But I love what I do. I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I love what I do, and I think that you can too. I want to give you today 4 steps, 4 steps that will help you to like and even love your job better. If you are one of these appraisers who is kind of down in the dumps and just not enjoying what they do on a regular basis, I want you to think about 4 steps that you can take that will allow you to love your job again. Start enjoying appraising again. That's the theme of today's podcast. Okay, here we go. Number 1, get in the right seat on the bus. Get in the right seat on the bus. What am I referring to, Dustin? Okay, Jim Collins, Good to Great. It is a classic. If you have not read, when I say classic, I mean it's not Mark Twain. It's a classic business book. If you've not read it, it's right up there with 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, this is a book that you need to read. Jim Collins studied great companies and what made them go from being good to being great. And one of the analogies that he uses in that particular book is he talks about the bus, and the bus being the business itself. And the people on the bus are the employees in the bus. Now, an owner of the company is also an employee of the company, okay, as far as this analogy goes. So he talks about getting the right people on the bus. That means finding the right help, getting them on the bus, getting the wrong people off the bus. If you've got people in your organization that just are not doing it for you, just are not doing what they should be doing, get them off the bus, okay? Get them off the bus. Now, what I want to focus on in this first step today about enjoying your job better is, in fact, before I get to that third part of the analogy, let me just say this, folks. You're on the bus. As an appraiser, if you're an appraiser currently, you're on the bus. That may not be where you need to be. And let me explain that. I have coached individuals and been able to help them improve their lives dramatically as far as appraisals go. There are times, and it's a minority, a huge minority, very few times, but there are times when I sit back as a mentor and I have to tell the other individual on the other side, my client, and say, Jim, I don't think you're cut out for this. I mean, I know you've been doing it 35 years, but buddy, you're going to kill yourself if you continue to do this appraisal thing, because it is just not for you. And folks, that may be you. You may be in a situation that appraisal is not the end all be all of your life. That is not your mission in life. And if that's the case, get the heck off the bus. Now, I know it's easier said than done. Come on, Dustin, what do you think I'm going to do? Quit my job? Yeah, actually, quit your job. Now, I'm not saying do it today, and I'm not saying do it without a backup plan. But folks, if you really hate your life that badly, and there are some appraisers that do, it is time to get off the bus, and it is time to kick yourself off that bus. It is time to say, you know what? There is a better life out there. I've always wanted to open up a coffee shop on the side of the road, and those seem to do pretty good. And what the hell? I'm going to go that direction, right? There are other things to do out there. I hope you understand that. And I hope that's come clear over the past couple of years that I have created and presented this podcast. This is not the end all be all. I'm all about being happy in life. I'm all about being successful. Yes, appraisal is just a vehicle for me. I like appraising. I really do. And I really like it. I would even say I love appraising. Okay. So it's a great vehicle for me, but it's not the only thing out there. It's really not. So there are some of you that need to get off the freaking bus. Get off. All right. Now, that being said, let's go to the third step that Jim talks about. And this is probably one of the most important things. And this is certainly something you should consider before you kick yourself off the bus. And that is, make sure that the right people get in the right seats on the bus. Okay. You get the right people on, the wrong people off, and the people that are on the bus, the people that remain, need to be in the right seats. What does that mean? Well, let me give you an example. Let's say you have Gertrude, who is fabulous at data entry. She loves being in her little cubicle with her earbuds in, listening to her classical music and poking those comps in. She's not using Data Master. It's not in her area, or her boss is stingy. And she's writing those comps into the report. And she is happy as a clam doing that. And there are people like that, folks. I know some of you are like, come on, Dustin. No, really, there are people who leave me alone, and I will sit and type on a computer all day long, and I will be in fat heaven. Okay? But put Gertrude on the phones, and she falls apart. She's got anxiety. She's super introverted. She doesn't know the system, and she's screwing things up right and left. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't cross-train her on the phones, because you might need Gertrude once in a while in a pinch. But that's not her seat on the bus, and it shouldn't be. There's a lot of you who have employees that are sitting in the wrong seats, and you may, instead of firing them, getting them off the bus, consider moving their seats. Consider moving them from one aisle to another, or from the back of the bus to the front of the bus, as the case may be. Okay? Now, just as it applies to business owners to get off the bus, this also applies to business owners that possibly you, as a business owner, are sitting in the wrong seat. Well, Dustin, come on, I'm the appraiser. Dustin, I'm the one that has to go out and do the inspections. I have to do the write-ups. I have to? Or is that just the niche that you're in? Now, seriously, folks, there are ways to mitigate the things that you do on the bus. I'll give you an example. I absolutely hate doing data entry. Absolutely hate it. Despise it. Drives me nuts. Okay, I'm not Gertrude. I'm not Gertrude. You know, that just reminded me when I was a kid, there was a lady that lived in our area whose name was Gertrude. And man, I'm getting off in the weeds, but I remember this. I have this memory of my brother and I getting on a broomstick and like using the broomstick to jump off of the couch onto the floor. And we would say, Gertrude, as we did it. I'm sorry, it just popped to my mind. Okay, so you're not a Gertrude, right? You don't want to sit there and do data entry all day long. Well, great, folks, don't. I'm not that person. I don't do data entry. Now, in a pinch, can I do it? Absolutely. Have I done it for years? Absolutely. That is not where I'm happy. That is not going to cause me to get out of bed and go, yippee! I can't wait to get to work. If I'm doing data entry all day, I am not a happy person. And if that's what you're doing, even if it's a minority of the time, folks, stop doing it. This is called law of delegation. This is called allowing someone else to live their dream, which means data entry all day, and so that you can enjoy your dream, which may be something completely different. I like going in people's homes. It is interesting to me. Maybe I'm a voyeur at heart. I don't know. It is super interesting to me. Every house I go into is a new experience. I meet new people. I love walking through and just observing not just the house itself, but how people live. It's super interesting to me. And I love the fact that I can do 5, 6, 8 inspections in a day and have 5, 6, 8 different experiences in a day. That to me is the variety that I love in my job. It's one of the great things about appraising. So guess what? That is my biggest focus, is the inspection side of things. That's where I spend the majority of my time. You can get on the right seat on the bus as well. It's just a matter of doing it. It's just a matter of putting your best foot forward and saying, you know what, enough is enough, Dustin. I'm tired of doing this thing, whatever it is that I don't like to do. And it's now time for me to move in the direction that will allow me to be able to do what I love every single day. In appraising, you don't have to get off the bus to do this, folks. There are things that you like to do. Now, I currently have a mastermind student who's been with me for a long period of time. He has grown his business from little bitty to really big. And now he's in the process of moving more and more into the business owner role and less into the appraisal side of things. I love that because that's what he enjoys doing. He wants to be a business owner and not just an appraiser. Okay. Now he can still do the appraisal stuff. Sure, certainly. If he needs to get in that seat, he can do that. But that's not his focus. And that's where this principle comes in. Number one, get yourself in the right seat on the bus. All right. Number two, make a lot of money. That's it. Number two, make a lot of money. Okay. Number three, I'm just kidding. Let's focus on that for just a second. What do I mean by that? Who doesn't want to make a lot of money, right? Now that isn't the sole definition of success. Wealth to me is the freedom to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. And that includes wealth, but it also includes lifestyle. It includes health. It includes relationships. It includes so much more. Okay. Being wealthy to me is not just about money, but here's the thing, folks. I have an inkling. I'll tell you where this step came from. As I started thinking about why appraisers hate their jobs, I have an inkling, and it's more than an inkling. I've dealt with enough appraisers to know that this is going on. There's no doubt in my mind, okay? The thought is this. You hate your job because it feels like a job, and that is your paycheck to paycheck. That is you're barely making ends meet. Sometimes you're not making ends meet. Sometimes you're doing okay, right? And you spend that money really quick, and then you get back into this, oh crap, where's my next loaf of bread going to come from? John Valdon, right? I get it, folks. I lived that way for 12 years. Any of you who know my backstory and again, have watched my Go Create Some Value workshop, I spend a great deal of time talking about the fact that I was there, been there on that side of the fence, done that. I still slip into that mode sometimes, okay? But for the most part, one of the great things about appraising is I make a damn lot of money, right? And I think that's important. I really do. Now, again, don't get me wrong. Don't turn off the podcast and say, well, I knew it. This guy's just about money. That's all he cares about. Before you go there, again, let me emphasize, that's just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a big piece. Folks, let me ask you a question. If you did not have to worry about where you would get the money to fix the transmission in your car when it went out, or didn't have to worry about where your mortgage payment is going to come from next month. If you never had to worry about that again, does it matter all that much what you're doing? I mean, honestly, yeah, there's some really crappy jobs out there. I mean, there's television shows that are designed around really crappy jobs, right? I think that's the name of it, really crappy jobs. Here's the point. Even those crappy jobs, I think a lot of us could say, yeah, I can see myself doing that if I was making a cheese load of money, right? I think it's an important step. I really do. I'm not saying that you just twinkle your nose and cross your arms and expect that all of a sudden this is going to happen. I'm saying this is a process. But if you could design your business in such a way that it was successful, and when I say successful, I mean you get to this point that you're not really worried about the day-to-day. You have a couple slow months even, not just slow days or slow weeks, but slow months. And you say, you know what, I'm okay. It's all right. I've got some bankroll here. I've got some escrow that I can live off of for a while. It's okay. And that you have the freedom to be able to pick up and go on a vacation once in a while. Holy cow, what does that even mean? Dustin, I haven't been on a vacation for 10 years. Too damn busy. Hey, I get it. But would you enjoy your business more? Would you enjoy your job more if indeed you could have the money that you need to move forward? So folks, what are you waiting for? Design your life and your business in such a manner that you can do that. Folks, that's what the Appraiser Academy that's starting on July 24th is all about. I'm helping appraisers. I've been doing that for years with the Dream Team. That's an in-person VIP thing where you're sitting down and we're one-on-one working on your business. But some people can't do that travel or not willing to do that travel or the group that they want to be a part of is full. I get it. We only got a couple seats in open in any one area right now. It's not a possibility for everybody. So the Appraiser Academy is all about how to design your business in such a way that you can be successful. Yeah, we're doing it online, a virtual meeting, but folks, it's an interactive meeting where you can ask your questions. You can say, Dustin, I really do want to get to that level. Folks, what are you waiting for? Okay, I don't want to make this an infomercial. I don't. There's so many different ways to look at your business. I talk to appraisers all the time that are so damn depressed at what they do, and they hate it. They hate it. Hate it. You don't have to be that way. You can and should design your business in such a way that will allow you to be successful, to make money. Okay, number one, get in the right seat. In other words, your daily tasks, if you will, your daily time should be spent doing 80% what you love to do. 20%, okay, fine. 20% is crap you don't want to do. I get it. But 80% of your day should be spent doing stuff that you choose to do because you love it. All right. Number two, make a lot of money. Be successful. Your life would be much, much different, I think, and you would like appraising again if you made the money that you need to make as an appraiser. Be a successful business owner. Again, appraisal is just the vehicle. The principles and the way that you run your business is all about a business owner mentality. And I've told you before, I'll tell you again, I am a business owner first. I am an appraiser second. And that's what makes someone successful, is that they are all about making their business a success. And then the technology side, or the technician side, I should say, the technician side comes second. Speaking of technology, DataMaster is a sponsor here, has been for years. Thank you, DataMaster. DataMaster is in the process of just kind of tweaking and getting the bugs out of its new system. It's got an awesome new system, folks. Talk about cool. You have the opportunity to import as many comps as you want and then look at them side by side with all the interior pictures, all of the descriptions on the MLS. You know, the little paragraph that talks about how it's a beautiful setting and blah, 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 and all this, this realtor-ese that they use. All of that's going to be imported into DataMaster so that you can look side by side at each comp and then narrow it down and choose which ones you want. Folks, this is perfect for finding out about quality and condition ratings that obviously can't be imported from the MLS because they're not on the MLS. That's your call, appraiser. This is an awesome opportunity to be able to look at those side by side before you import them directly into your appraisal software. Folks, go to DataMaster freetrial.com/coach. It's datamasterfreetrial.com/coach, and you can find out how this new system is going to work. Speaking of great technology, Alamode is a company that really does care about the appraiser. All right. How do I know? Because they listen to me. On several occasions, I have made suggestions, just minor tweaks. Hey, have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about doing that? And you know what? The next thing I know, it's part of the program. That's what Alamode does because they want to make you, the appraisal business owner, more successful. They want to allow you to be able to do a report more efficiently, more effectively, quicker, okay, with better quality, and that's what they do. Go to alamode.com if you have not already. Check out their videos, their tutorials, and find out more about the system. Find out why it's different than the system you might be using now, and then jump on board. alamode.com or 1-800-ALAMODE. Finally, we are sponsored by Working RE Magazine. Love Working RE. Love the, David and Isaac, the guys over there at Working RE. Good friends of mine, good people who care about the appraiser, who want to give you the information that you need to know where your appraisal profession is going. Folks, do you want to know what's happening in the next couple of years, in the next generation? Go to Working RE. If you're not already a part of their free email, go to workingre.com, sign up. It's right there on the main page. It comes to your email. No, it's not spammy. Yeah, they do some sponsors, some advertisements. They got to pay the bills, right? But they send out some really good articles and some really good information on a regular basis, free of charge. Check them out, workingre.com. Again, it's workingre.com for more information. And folks, we are back. We're talking about why it is that you should love your job. I love mine. I love doing what I do, and I want to talk to you about the steps that you can take to enjoy appraising again. We've already talked about step one, step two. Step one being get on the right place on the bus. Make sure that what you're doing on a daily basis is something you enjoy. Okay, find the aspect And there's got to be one or two. What are the aspects of the appraisal process that you love to do? And delegate the rest. Now, that doesn't mean you're not involved in the rest. That doesn't mean that you're not supervising and overseeing and making sure it gets done right. Man, it's still your name on that report, folks. I'm not talking about delegating away. I'm talking about delegating and then following up and making sure that it's done right, okay? But get on the right seat on the bus so that every day you can get up and say, hey, I enjoy what I'm doing today for the most part. Number two, design your business in such a way that it is successful, that you're making more money, so that you're not worried on a day-to-day basis about where this industry is going, where your profession's going, where your business itself is going, and where your mortgage payment is coming from. Okay, design your business in such a way that you don't have to worry about those things on a regular basis. All right, number three, redesign your life. Okay, now this is going to sound a little bit like number one, but I'm not talking about your job here. I'm talking about your life. Redesign your life. Folks, work is not the end all be all. Yes, do we spend a lot of hours at work? Absolutely. Okay. But you don't have to spend your entire life at work. This coming from the guy that came in on Friday to do a podcast. Okay, I get it. Irony, it's not lost on me. The point is, folks, you need to have a life. You need to take regular vacations. I've told you before, I work 3 days a week. When I say work, I'm talking about in my appraisal business. Do I do appraisal coach stuff other times? Yes, I do. I do inspections 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I designed that. Now, when I am coaching and mentoring other people, they say, well, Dustin, that's great for you, but there's no way in hell that would work for me. It just would not work. And then they give me all the reasons why it wouldn't work. And guess what, folks? I did the same thing when I said, maybe I should work a 4-day work week. And then I went to a 3-day work week. And frankly, I'm looking at possibly going to a 1 or 2-day work week. I'm in the process of designing. That's why I'm looking for another appraiser, somebody who can come into my area. We can work together. Okay. By the way, still looking if you're interested in moving to the beautiful state of Idaho. Redesign your life. Okay. I told you earlier at the beginning of this podcast that I take Fridays off. That is a regular thing for me. I take Fridays off. Now, I don't say that to brag. I say that because I want to encourage you to know that you can as well. Yeah, but Dustin, I do too many appraisals. I can't take a Friday off. Okay. Folks, I do a lot of appraisals. All right. The volume did not drop. It actually increased when I started taking Fridays off. There's reasons for that. Okay. Parkinson's law is one of them. If you don't know what Parkinson's law is, Wikipedia it. I take Saturdays off. I take Sundays off. Mondays are my planning day, staff meeting day, working on my business, not in my business, podcast interviews. Those types of things happen on Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I work my tail off, but I still get home at 6 o'clock. It is a rarity when I don't get home at 6 o'clock, and I don't leave my house till 9 in the morning. I got the whole morning to work out, to have breakfast with my kids, to enjoy them before I leave. Folks, I'm sorry. I know what this sounds like. I know how this is coming across. I'm self-aware enough to know how this is coming across, and my apologies for it. I'm certainly not in that mode of saying, look at me. Look how great my life is. What I'm trying to do here, folks, is to let you know that this is not just a possibility, but a probability, but it takes being proactive. Yes, it will take time, and we'll talk about that at the end of the podcast here. But it can be done, and I hope that you understand that it can be done, and it should be done if you want to enjoy what you do. Again, stop working these 80, 90-hour weeks. Dustin, nobody's working 90-hour weeks. Really? I'm coaching people right now who are working 90-hour weeks that can hardly fit my coaching sessions in. Okay? I keep referring to coaching. I guess I should tell you, I do private coaching, Skype, phone. Some appraisers I meet with on a monthly basis and help them to improve their business. Okay. If you're interested, reach out to me, the coach at appraisercoach.com. I love coaching. Okay. And one of the things that I can do is say, hey, again, I'm not tooting my own horn here, but I'm saying, look at the model. The model works. Let me show you my tax returns. Let me show you where I was and where I am now. It is a possibility to redesign your appraisal life. Don't discount it. And that's what happens, folks. We sit there and we say, well, it worked for Dustin, but I'm sure he's cutting corners somewhere. Or it worked for Dustin, but hell, he lives in Idaho. I live in Los Angeles. It works for Dustin, but, he's probably just full of himself. I probably am. So if that's the case, just disregard everything. Bottom line is, folks, you can redesign your life and should. Folks, if you're not taking a day off here and there, you need to. If you're working your weekends, if you're working evenings, how the hell are you keeping up with your relationships? And it's so important that we do. So important that we do. All right, number 4, finally. This is going to sound simplistic. I get it. But hear me out. Don't turn me off, okay? I'm going to set this up. The wife that I married, the gal that I married, the wife that I married, the woman I'm married to now that I've always been married to, not the other woman, the woman I'm married to. We knew each other in high school, and high school sweethearts, married. We've now been married to 21 years. Right, hun? 21 years. Okay. No, 23 years. One of the things she taught me early on, and it comes with a caveat. So listen to the caveat. When she was in high school, her catchphrase was, choose to be happy. She said that all the time, choose to be happy. She would hand out stickers, a little sophomoric, I get it. It was high school. She would hand out little stickers, smiley faces, and she'd say, choose to be happy. That was her mantra. She was all about cheering people up and making people feel good about themselves. Now, she went through a really dark time in her life, more than one. We all do. And she realized that there's sometimes that you just can't choose to be happy, right? And I think that's important to point out that you know what, there is times in your life and chemical imbalances and things that you just don't have a lot of control over. Things that happen that just happen, okay? And to say, I'm just going to be happy anyway. My kid died, but hey, I'm going to be happy anyway. Come on, really? I don't think that's realistic, okay? I'm not saying here with number 4 that you choose to be happy just because you choose to be happy, right? I'm not saying that. Certainly not saying that, okay? What I am saying is that you do make a choice on a regular basis, not every day, not every minute, not every moment, but on a regular basis. I hope that you're making a choice to choose happiness, that it is an attitude, that it is something you do. I woke up this morning and I was depressed. I woke up this morning and I didn't want to get out of bed. I woke up this morning and last thing I wanted to do was go to the gym. Okay. I did my prime time, and then I did the 5-second rule. Thank you, Mel Robbins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I got out of bed. I got my gym shorts on and I went to the gym. And guess what? I had a great workout and it was great. Okay. I came home and honestly didn't feel a ton better about the day. But then I thought to myself, you know what? This would be a great day to do a podcast. This would be a great day to explain that, guess what? Nobody is up 100% of the time. Nobody's positive 100% of the time. But there are steps that you can take and should take to make sure that you ensure that on a regular basis, most of the time, let's say, you are happy, that you are doing the things that you love to do. Yes, you're going to get that annoying phone call. Yeah, you're going to get that borrower that thinks that you're the devil incarnate. Yes, you're going to have problems with your wife and your kids. Yes, you're going to have health challenges. Yes, you're going to have financial challenges. Yes, life is going to happen. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how you react to it. So how do you set up your life in such a way that you can be happy, that you can enjoy what you do? Again, step number 1, get on the right seat. Step number 2, make more money. Step number 3, redesign your life. And step number 4, choose it. Choose to be happy. Now, folks, this is going to take time. It's going to take consistency. I talked about the individual earlier who's more in this business owner mode. Folks, he's been in my mastermind 3.5 years, okay? When he first came to the mastermind, he was successful. He was a great guy doing a great business, but it was very small. It's very big now. And that is something that he chose. Yes, I've coached him. Yes, I've mentored him. Yeah. But it was him. It has to be him. Because if it's not him, it's not going to happen. And that is the same with you. Where are you with your appraisal life? Where are you with your life? Do you love what you do? Do you wake up every morning excited about what you do? If not, I would highly recommend that you start on these 4 steps. Again, it may take you years to get there, but don't give up. And by the way, it's not going to take you years to start seeing the results. It will take a couple of days and a couple of weeks. Start changing things now where you say, oh, okay, whew, that worked. Or, that didn't really work. Let's tweak it. Let's do something different. Start making that progress so that 2 years down the road, you have this ideal life where you do basically what you want to do. You've got the money that you need. You have designed your life in such a way that it allows you to take time off and to spend time with those that you love. And that on a daily basis, you're choosing happiness. Folks, is this too simplistic? Give me some feedback. I'd love your comments down below. If you're on the Coach Cam, it'd be on YouTube. If you're on the podcast, just jump on my website, go to theappraisercoach.com, click on podcasts, and then click on make a comment. I would love to hear your comments. Folks, slap me around. If I'm too simplistic here, if I'm too egotistical here, if I went too far, let me know. Okay, I just have this strong desire to help appraisers to love what they do again, and I do think it's possible. Yeah, there's some sucky things out there, but I love you saw my video a couple weeks ago. It got more hits than any video that I've done in a long time. It was called I Freaking Love My Job. It's about a 3-minute video. It was spontaneous. It was in the moment. Folks, that's my life. I love my job. I really do. I hope you do too. We mentioned the Appraiser Academy. Again, reach out to me. Get on my website. Go to the appraisercoach.com. Click on memberships. Read about the Appraiser Academy. It starts July 24th. Would love to have you be a part of that. Thanks for joining me on this Friday. I'm going to go play with my kids now. Take care.